It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity.
5 changes from that side with Kazawa, Herrera, Pereira, Neymar and Di Maria all back this evening.
It's all about
Manchester United, but they were 4-1 winners over Newcastle last time out. 3 changes from that side. Tanzabi, Telles and Martial are back. Mata, Maguire and Dan James make way. Kick-on fast approaching at the Parc des Princes, where Paris Saint-Germain entertained Manchester United in the Champions League. After a disastrous start to the season for PSG, they've started to hit their straps, winning 5 on the spin, including keeping 4 clean sheets. That included a 4-0 victory over Nîmes at the weekend. 5 changes from that side with Kazawa, Herrera, Pereira, Neymar and Di Maria all back this evening. Keane, Sarabia, Rafinha, Paredes and Baka make way. It's not been a stellar start to the campaign for Manchester United, but they were 4-1 winners over Newcastle last time out. 3 changes from that side. Tanzabi, Telles and Martial are back. Mata, Maguire and Dan James make way. Kick-on fast approaching at the Parc des Princes, where Paris Saint-Germain entertained Manchester United in the Champions League. After a disastrous start to the season for PSG, they've started to hit their straps, winning 5 on the spin, including keeping 4 clean sheets. That included a 4-0 victory over Nîmes at the weekend. 5 changes from that side with Kazawa, Herrera, Pereira, Neymar and Di Maria all back this evening. Keane, Sarabia, Rafinha, Paredes and Baka make way. It's not been a stellar start to the campaign for Manchester United, but they were 4-1 winners over Newcastle last time out. 3 changes from that side. Tanzabi, Telles and Martial are back. Mata, Maguire and Dan James make way. Kick-on fast approaching at the Parc des Princes, where Paris Saint-Germain entertained Manchester United in the Champions League. After a disastrous start to the season for PSG, they've started to hit their straps, winning 5 on the spin, including keeping 4 clean sheets. That included a 4-0 victory over Nîmes at the weekend. 5 changes from that side with Kazawa, Herrera, Pereira. It's not been a stellar start to the campaign for Manchester United, but they were 4-1 winners over Newcastle last time out. 3 changes from that side. Tanzabi, Telles and Martial are back. Mata, Maguire and Dan James make way. Kick-on fast approaching at the Parc des Princes, where Paris Saint-Germain entertained Manchester United in the Champions League. After a disastrous start to the season for PSG, they've started to hit their straps, winning 5 on the spin, including keeping 4 clean sheets. That included a 4-0 victory over Nîmes at the weekend. 5 changes from that side with Kazawa, Herrera, Pereira, Neymar and Di Maria all back this evening. Keane, Sarabia, Rafinha, Paredes and Baka make way. It's not been a stellar start to the campaign for Manchester United, but they were 4-1 winners over Newcastle last time out. 3 changes from that side. Tanzabi, Telles and Martial are back. Mata, Maguire and Dan James make way. Kick-on fast approaching at the Parc des Princes, where Paris Saint-Germain entertained Manchester United in the Champions League. After a disastrous start to the season for PSG, they've started to hit their straps, winning 5 on the spin, including keeping 4 clean sheets. That included a 4-0 victory over Nîmes at the weekend. 5 changes from that side with Kazawa, Herrera, Pereira, Neymar and Di Maria all back this evening. Keane, Sarabia, Rafinha, Paredes and Baka make way. It's not been a stellar start to the campaign for Manchester United, but they were 4-1 winners over Newcastle last time out. 3 changes from that side. Tanzabi, Telles and Martial are back. Mata, Maguire and Dan James make way. Well, a warm welcome along to our coverage then of the action taking place at the Parc des Princes, where PSG get ready to entertain Manchester United. A bit of revenge on the minds perhaps of the French side. Easy 2-0 winners over United in the Champions League a couple of years ago, but then lost this particular fixture, the one at the Parc des Princes 3-1, and a famous night for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to bow out of the competition. Of course, United didn't progress much further than that, but a bit of revenge perhaps on the mind. And of course, changes have been enforced on United as David De Gea clears. We have kicked off, obviously. United kicked off and worked it straight past back to the keeper, Watchalong. Bruno Fernandes, though, has jumped into his man, and it will be a free kick on the halfway line to PSG, with PSG enjoying their first taste of possession. If you didn't catch the build-up, of course, Plenty of changes from a PSG viewpoint from the weekend victory, as PSG almost play themselves into trouble with some slack passing around the back. In the end, Pereira is able to work it back to Navas before Fernandes could intervene. Fernandes, the United captain, of course. Tanzebi heads back for Lindelof, who returns the favour. The back pass is cut off by PSG, so Tanzebi clears his lines. Actually does find Marcus Rashford. He underhits his pass to Fernandes, and the challenge comes in from Pereira. Last touch off Fernandes. The throw-in is Paris Saint-Germain's. Neymar in possession. Missed out on that defeat to Manchester United a couple of years ago, as the break is on for Telles, on debut for Manchester United, of course. Fernandes with some cheeky skills wins the ball back for United. So I'll run through the changes. 5-4 PSG, of course. Didn't start the campaign too well. A couple of defeats, but they've turned that around. Second in the table, 5 wins on the bounce. Beat Nîmes at the weekend. 5 changes from that side. Kurzawa in at left back. Herrera and Pereira come into midfield, with Neymar and Di Maria joining Mbappe up front. And for Manchester United, 3 changes from the side that beat Newcastle. That was perhaps their most impressive performance of the season thus far, but it's not saying a lot. Martial, of course, suspended domestically. He starts alongside Rashford in what looks like a 5-3-2. Here is Rashford down the right, shrugs off a Kimpembe. Kurzawa gets a challenge in, wins the ball back, and Kimpembe can clear into touch, throwing Manchester United 30 yards from the corner flag. The 3 changes for United. As I mentioned, Martial's back, Telles given a debut, and Tanzebi makes his first start of this season. Of course, there are a number of players that Manchester United are without. Harry Maguire is one of them, and that in turn has led to Fernandes being given the armband. So Manchester United in possession inside their own half. Martial's dropped deep, threads it through, trying to feed it to the run of Rashford, but it was half blocked and then headed clear. It's a little bit scrappy, the possession for the home side, before Kimpembe is found in space. On the halfway line with Paris Saint-Germain. Out to the left-hand side, and Neymar looking for the overlapping run of Kurzawa. Challenge comes in from Wan-Bissaka, and it's a ball-winning challenge. It is a corner to PSG, the first of the game. He needed to make that challenge, of course, because sliding in the penalty box, a penalty, is obviously a danger, as they take the corner short. Cross blocked by Wan-Bissaka behind, I think, for another corner. Di Maria and Herrera, of course, are playing against their former club, Manchester United. Things perhaps didn't work out well for Di Maria. Herrera, a more successful spell on an individual level. Corner again taken short. Neymar has it. It's 25 yards from goal. Chips it into the box. Headed away by McTominay. Volleyed clear by Wan-Bissaka. Brought down on the halfway line, though, by Pereira. And PSG can start again. Martial trying to harass a mistake out of Pereira. Doesn't quite happen. And it's worked out to the left-hand side to Neymar. Cuts inside McTominay. Little nutmeg on Fred. Cleared away, though, by Lindelof. Neymar's down on the ground after a challenge from Fernandes. Looks as though we've got a piece of the ball. The ball fed through for the run of Pereira, but on the stretch it's just taken from him, and Manchester United clear. De Gea, did he put that out of play deliberately so that Neymar can get some treatment? It's going to be a throw-in to PSG, and they're not giving it back. Here is Kazawa down the left-hand side. Pereira forced a little bit away from goal. Neymar always showing full possession. Little trick gets the better of McTominay, and again is wrong-footed Fred, and it's a sandwich challenge really. The two managed to win it back as Fernandez turns Kazawa, and he's caught just a little feint one way and let the ball run, and it was then his ankles were clipped, and it's a free kick to Manchester United halfway inside their own half down the right hand side, and Neymar is going to be a big player this evening, it would appear. A couple of times he's wrong footed both Fred and McTominay. Hasn't quite led to an opportunity yet as Pereira stops Fernandez on the right. Throw into Manchester United on the halfway line, with Wan-Bissaka taking it quickly to Tanzebe. Interesting game to make his first start. Ball over the top, looking for either Rashford or Telles. Telles will actually keep it in. Uses Rashford, who tried a little trick himself on Diallo, doesn't quite work. And United have the throw-in, although going back towards the halfway line. Fred infield to Tanzebe, back to Lindelof. Di Maria sniffing out a short pass, doesn't quite happen. That means Shaw's got a bit of space, and he started to use it as he goes down the left-hand side. Poor challenge from Pereira, didn't win man or ball, and he's out of position. Well, that's a poor cross from Luke Shaw, and PSG have it back. Cleared downfield by Florenzi, up to the halfway line. Tanzebe's clearance is charged down by Neymar, but Lindelof is mopping up, goes back to De Gea, and Manchester United can start again. That's a good ball from De Gea, finding Luke Shaw, goes long and early towards Fernandez, stabs it forward towards Rashford. It wasn't an easy ball to control, and as a consequence Diallo was able to take it from him. Left-footed clearance will make its way up to the halfway line, but United there through Lindelof, and now Wan-Bissaka coming forward, got his first goal for United at the weekend. McTominay and Fred played out to the right hand side, and Fernandez has peeled away into Martial. The layoff to Wan-Bissaka is onside. Fernandez with a cross, and it's just inadvertently steered towards his own goal by Diallo, but he took all the pace out of it. It was a miss-hit clearance. It hit his left foot onto his right leg, bounced towards goal, but slowly straight down the middle, and it was an easy save for Navas. But it was a great ball from Fernandez, and Rashford was onside. Of course, on another day Diallo would have cleared it a lot more convincingly, but a little bit fortunate in a way, as that's aimlessly played down the line by Florenzi. Nobody there for PSG, and Luke Shaw under no real pressure, although Fred's put Telles under plenty, and by keeping it in, all he's done is cough up possession to PSG. Now they've got runners to the left. Mbappe leaves it for Kazawa. Mbappe might have been offside. Kazawa has it just into the box now. He's just under-hit the pass to Mbappe. And Tanzebe, well, slight miscommunication. Then Wan-Bissaka, it's a poor clearance under pressure. Could have cleared earlier, didn't. Here are PSG again. Kazawa in the box, stands it up into the middle. Cushion header back by Shaw. And that's easy for De Gea. Neither side is truly clearing their lines as well as they could do. But they got away with it. Tanzebe did well initially, but then Wan-Bissaka thought Tanzebe was going to take it and had to scamper to get pressure from Mbappe, who, as we know, is super quick. It was a poor clearance, and that led to more possession for PSG in the United box. The cross wasn't fantastic though. But certainly moments of alarm from a visiting viewpoint. I wouldn't say PSG are nervous, but they're not exactly at their fluent best yet. Made it all the way to the Champions League final last season, of course, undone by so many before them, by Bayern Munich, albeit in a 1-0 tight affair. Here's Neymar trying to turn away from McTominay. He was using his arms more than his legs, and he's been shrugged off. It's played into the box, looking for a Di Maria. Lindelof, he's playing the man rather than the ball there, and maybe Di Maria's offside. Maybe it's a little tug back, but I think Di Maria's been penalised one way or the other. Just caught his ankles, actually. Lindelof looking at a replay. I thought he was playing the man there, but yeah, just a tap on the ankle. And he lost his balance, hence the free kick. Clearance by Lindelof. Martial wins the header, but only finds Kimpembe. Nodded down by Herrera to Idrissa Gueye. Now Kimpembe out to Kizawa. Wait for Wan-Bissaka to close him down, and now Neymar's running at McTominay. 25 yards from goal, goes to Herrera. Now to the right of the D. It's the curling effort from Di Maria. Palm behind for a corner kick. Good save from De Gea. You would argue it's a nice height. Higher or lower, and it's probably more of a problem. Corner's been taken short yet again. Neymar trying to get round Wan-Bissaka. Can't quite do it. Wan-Bissaka's appealing for a goal kick. But corner given. They've taken every corner short so far. I thought Di Maria would love to score against United. Again, the corner short, whipped in. Oh, and it's a volley from about 3 yards out, which is straight at the keeper. De Gea couldn't really come for it because it was a low, vicious swinging cross from Mbappe. And it's between players. He's stuck out a leg. It's hit his leg, fallen at his feet. That's a brilliant save, even if he didn't know much about it. He's in the right place and just managed to just get in the way as Telles is caught by Florenzi, and that'll be a free kick to Manchester United. But a real let-off. De Gea making a big save. Well, two big saves, of course. He tipped Di Maria's effort round the post for that corner. But he's inside the 6-yard box there. I think it was Diallo up from the back, just stuck out a leg, hit it. Didn't get the best, sweetest strike, but it's going towards goal, and De Gea got in the way. Navas clears his lines for the French side. 13 minutes ticking over at the Parc des Princes, and just starting to get chances now, largely at the one end with that Di Maria effort, followed by the block from a corner. I have to say a block rather than a save. He's just in the way, really. It's actually Kazawa up from the back who got the effort in. And Manchester United clear their lines into the PSG half. Here is Diallo looking for Mbappe. It's a poor header away though from McTominay. It wasn't a great ball, but they've got the second ball. Neymar tugged back by McTominay. He's been all arms at the moment, just trying to put Neymar off. This time the Brazilian superstar stays on his feet, but he's clearly tugged back, and it is a free kick. I'm surprised the referee hasn't gone to his notebook. Again, it's just the threat of Neymar forces defenders on their heels a fraction, and when he shimmies quickly to one side, just left trailing in his wake. As I say, not for the first time, McTominay's arms come out around the shoulders just to try and slow him up. Sooner or later, he's going to get the wrath of the referee. Free kick for PSG in a very dangerous area. Neymar stood over it, as is Di Maria. Very central, but well, just to the left of the D, but a good 30 yards from goal. I think it would suit. 29 metres has flashed up on my screen. It's independent off-tube studio commentary. You'd think it'd suit a right footer more than a left, but it is a fair way out. The referee is just making sure everyone is back where they should be. He's still not quite happy. 2 or 3 PSG players are offside. Neymar, well, he hits it straight into the wall. A little bit disappointing. I think there's been a goal in the other game in this group. Confirm that in a moment, but PSG still on the attack. Herrera, ball in behind the fullback. It's overhit, and that's behind for a goal kick. Early stages at the Parc des Princes, well, they're starting to belong to the home side, perhaps unsurprisingly. It was quite a slow start, really, but Juan Fernandez cross forced a miss-hit clearance from Diallo, inadvertently heading towards his own goal, although it didn't cause Navas too many problems. But then straight down the other end, PSG have looked dangerous. Di Maria with a curler just to the right of the D on his favoured left foot, pouring out a good save from De Gea, who tipped it round the post, and from the resulting corner, taken short, whipped in low, and by Mbappe up from the back. Kazawa got between defenders, guided it towards goal inside the 6-yard box, but De Gea managed to get a block. Still 0-0. Tellez wanted a free kick there, and he's not going to get it. PSG have it back. Di Maria is caught. He's rolling around on the ground, but the referee says no foul. And Manchester United not in a rush to put it out either. Wan-Bissaka has it, and then McTominay does put it out of play, so that Di Maria can get treatment if he needs it. Looking at a replay, well, there's no contact at all there. I mean, he's late, but he hasn't made contact with the man. I don't understand how they get away with it. He's late in the sense that he's lunged and he hasn't got the ball, but he hasn't got the man. And Di Maria's rolling around. I mean, it's ridiculous, quite frankly, as Manchester United have possession at back. They haven't seen it for a while. Haven't posed too much of a threat thus far, the visitors, just as PSG is starting to look more dangerous. De Gea with the ball at his feet, floating out towards Luke Shaw, left-hand side, halfway inside his own area. Tellez, though, with a backheel attempted pass, doesn't come off, and it's coughed up possession. Here is Ander Herrera for PSG. They're playing the triangles and going nowhere fast at the moment. Did mention there's a goal in the group elsewhere. RB Leipzig have taken the lead at home to Basak Sahir. It's a tough-looking group, this one. So Herrera brings it forward again for the capital club. 1-2 with Florenzi. Again, the pass is back towards the halfway line. PSG happy to start again. Kimpembe, the PSG skipper. There's no Thiago Silva these days. I'm quite feel the void left by the Brazilian. Cavani, of course, not fit enough to play for Manchester United in this one against his former club. As Navas, it's a floated ball across towards Kazawa. He's asking for trouble. Kazawa just about got the header clear, but having been in possession and then fighting for the ball, that's loose from Lindelof. He gets a second bite at the cherry to clear his lines. Tellez might have, no, he's kept it in. Guided it down the line for Fernandes. Into the path of Rashford. Support comes from Tellez. Under pressure, though. He does well, having coughed up possession. Martial too quick for Kimpembe. He's just forced to cross the 18-yard box. Now he's going into the 18-yard box. Tries the curler. It was there, but it's just got underneath it, and it's high and wide off the far post. Up a ban, of course, in the Premier League for that sending off against Tottenham Hotspur. I suppose you might argue it was a retaliation of sorts, but it's always a tough one. As Herrera goes down rather theatrically, trying to win the ball off Tellez. He's quickly to his feet because the referee again says no foul. I like it so far from the official this evening, giving too much away too early. As a cross comes in from Wan-Bissaka, cleared only as far as Fred. Now Luke Shaw, 30 yards left channel into the feet of Rashford, who tries to turn Diallo. What's the referee gonna do? He's stopped play. He's coming across. He's just having a chat. Sorry, it was Martial, not Rashford. He's probably just checking VAR because Diallo's got his hands out as though he didn't touch him. Let's have another look at a replay. Personally, I wouldn't give it, but that's not to say that VAR wouldn't give it. Well, we're waiting for confirmation of that. RB Leipzig have scored a second, so they're in control of that game against Basak. So here, penalty given. So Manchester United have a penalty. I wouldn't say they've been under the cosh, but they've been second best thus far. As I say, I wouldn't have given it. I mean, the leg is there, but I'm not convinced there was an awful lot of contact. I suppose he was turning and might have run into a potential leg, but I mean, our defender's supposed to turn and run out of the way. Either way, Bruno Fernandes has got a chance to give Manchester United the lead. Of course, he missed a penalty on Saturday against Newcastle. He's got a longer run up this time. Keylor Navas is the man charged with stopping Bruno Fernandes. Oh, and it's been saved again. It was the jump in the air and they'll wait for a keeper to make the error, and it's been missed. So back-to-back penalty misses for Bruno Fernandes. Good save from Navas. Guessed the right way. I mean, all the talk, of course, when they jump in there is they're just waiting for the keeper to jump out of the way, and then they put it the other side. It looks as though they've gone to VAR again and the keeper's off his line, because it looks as though we're going to have a retaken spot kick. Navas has saved it and he's off his line, so they're going to retake the spot kick. The referee is just having a word with Keylor Navas to let him know what is going on. I mean, he's not far off his line. That penalty save on Saturday, if you saw it, I mean, the Newcastle keeper, Darlow, wasn't completely on his line, and yet that wasn't retaken. This one is retaken. It's a retaken spot kick. Fernandes with the same run-up, starting from the edge of the box, arcs to the left. This time he's put it the same side, and the keeper's guessed he's gone the other way. So second bite of the cherry, and Fernandes has given Manchester United the lead. Drama at the Parc des Princes. Felt a little bit harsh that the way Navas and PSG have conceded there, but the goal stands and Manchester United have the advantage. Deadlock broken at the Parc des Princes, a hint of controversy. There wasn't that much contact. Diallo with Martial turning him in the box. The leg is there. There was contact. How much? Whether it was a penalty? Well, it was given after a VAR check as well. Up stepped Fernandes, having missed the penalty on Saturday. His first spot kick was saved. Navas guessed the right way, made the save, but VAR suggested that Navas was off his line. Fernandes got a second bite of the cherry. He put the spot kick exactly the same side, and Navas thought he was going to go the other way. This time he beats the keeper, and the goal stands. It's PSG 0, Manchester United 1. So PSG might think that their luck's against them. Of course, the 3-1 victory that Manchester United secured a couple of years ago in the Champions League came courtesy of a late penalty there, a handball to a shot that was probably going off target. Jumping in the air, hit the arm. Was it deliberate? Well, it was given, and it's what sent PSG packing. They'll be frustrated with Manchester United. Are we going to see them punish the visitors for the rest of the game, as Martial has the ball in the box? This time Kazawa just stabs it away from him, and it is behind for a corner kick. Manchester United's first. They haven't looked fluent at the back. Some of their passing actually has been a little bit scrappy under hits, putting teammates under pressure, and it has given United half a sniff. Of course, they've then got the penalty. They might just be feeling that the luck's against them, given that it was retaken. He's not massively off his line. But I guess he was off his line as the corner comes in. Cleared away by PSG. Neymar's put Fred under a little pressure. The further break is on. Fernandes filling in defensively there, has spotted the danger and intercepted. And Manchester United have it back. So it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. After two pretty good saves from De Gea, Manchester United win a penalty and have it retaken and score. Here's Rashford looking to double the advantage. Slips it in the box to Fernandes. Lays off 2-4, so he waits for support. Comes from Fred, who withstands the challenge of Di Maria. Doesn't quite work the 1-2 first time. And second time though, Fernandes has the ball. Telles is trying to take on Florenzi. Digs out across towards the far post. Kazawa beats Martial in the air. That's headed back by Idrissa Gueye. Not sure that Diallo was expecting that, but he's cleared his lines, and then McTominay's caught in possession, and so PSG have it on the halfway line. Di Maria looks for the run of I thought that was Mbappe, but it's actually Neymar on the left. It was a great ball because it was outside the box behind Tanzebi. De Gea comes out of his area to clear at the expense of a throw-in. Starting to open up a little bit. PSG looking very dangerous when Manchester United have possession in attacking areas. Very dangerous on the counter, of course. They've got plenty of pace in this side. Although at the moment, United have got everybody back behind the ball. Here is Neymar, back to goal. Hounded by Fred. 1-2 with Mbappe. Layoff finds Guy. Now Mbappe tries to have a run at Fred, who got a little touch of the ball. Tanzebi tries to shepherd the ball out and does. Excuse me. And it's a goal kick to Manchester United. Early games, by the way, if you didn't know the results, hopefully you weren't saving them for TV. Dynamo Kiev 0, Juventus 2, Zenit St. Petersburg 1, Club Brugge 2. Barcelona have just taken the lead at home to Ferencváros. Still goalless Chelsea, Sevilla and Rennes Krasnodar, but Lazio lead Dortmund by 2-0. That was also an 8 o'clock kickoff. PSG possession back. Albeit just outside their own box. Di Maria's, I'm going to say, caught by Luke Shaw, but given what happened earlier on in the game, I'll say he's won a free kick. And so PSG possession deep inside their own half. Kimpembe tries to arrow it out towards the right hand side. Oh, Florenzi was in space, but that ball is massively overhit. And it is going to go out of play for throw-in to Manchester United. Very deep inside their own half, though. Luke Shaw hasn't taken it yet. He's looking for options. He's not in a rush with Manchester United leading. Goes down the line. Diallo beats Rashford in the air, but straight out of play. So United have gained ground towards the halfway line, left-hand side. Luke Shaw tries to work a 1-2 with Martial. Martial arguably brings down Idrissa Gueye there, but the referee's played the advantage because Kazawa is charging forward. Kazawa then runs into McTominay, and McTominay falls over. It's clear what he was trying to do there, and the referee wasn't buying it, but then Martial goes to the ground. The referee's not giving many free kicks at the moment. Here's Mbappe, left edge of the area, back to Idrissa Gueye, 25 yards out to the left of the D. Plenty of white shirts in the box. Can PSG pick out a cross? It's in towards the near post. Luke Shaw reads it well and heads it away, as does McTominay. Martial and Kazawa battle for the ball. The referee has adjudged that it's come off Kazawa last, much to the PSG players' frustration, and that is a throw-in to Manchester United deep inside their own half, right-hand side this time. I don't know whether PSG are playing within themselves. It's sort of patient in their approach play, etc. De Gea has made a couple of saves, but they were right after each other. and we've now into the 31st minute. So it's not as if they're peppering the United goal. Rashford goes down. There's a lot of players going down and not getting free kicks that they want. Personally, I'm a fan. Antonio Mateo Lahoz is the official, incidentally, from Spain. I like what he's doing thus far. As it's hit long, has Di Maria sprung the offside? Well, the flag has stayed down. Di Maria into the box. De Gea makes the challenge, and in fairness to Di Maria, he's not appealing for a penalty, and I think the referee is going to check if he's offside. Yeah, he is offside, so he's pulled it back, but they were waiting to see what happened at the end. Let VAR rule it out. But Di Maria just beaten. It was a heavy touch, really. It just gave De Gea half a chance. And De Gea got two hands on it to palm it away from danger. But that is the threat. There was a pretty high line from Manchester United. Di Maria times the run better, and obviously there's more danger. But ruled out offside in the end. PSG have the ball back. Just about 32 minutes completed at the Parc des Princes. Independent off-tube studio commentary. PSG 0, Manchester United 1. A retaken penalty has given Manchester United the lead. So Fernandes had missed 2 on the spin, but scored at the third time of asking, second time today. As a ball is played forward towards Neymar, again the flag has stayed down. Was he offside? It's a ball in, looking for Di Maria. It's cut out by Luke Shaw, and then the flag goes up. No real complaints from Neymar. Let's have a look. Luke Shaw, it's touch and go. It's touch and go. But he got back well to cut out the initial cross. There's a great ball in from Neymar outside of his right boot. And it needed Luke Shaw at full pelt to stretch and slide and intercept. It was almost perfect for Di Maria, but he was offside. So wouldn't have mattered as De Gea clears downfield. Again, Rashford's beaten in the air, this time by Diallo. Rashford's not actually leaving the ground. He's trying to make himself an obstacle and hope that it's a poor header. That seems to be the modus operandi at the moment. It's not actually challenging Diallo or Kimpembe in the air. Telles takes a throw in down the left. Finds Fernandes, back to Rashford. Going away from goal at the moment. Fred into his own half, finds Lindelof. Across to Tanzebi, just to try and drag PSG out of position. Ball from Tanzebi towards Martial. Oh, it's a nice idea, but slightly underhit the little flick round the corner for Van Bissaka. Intercepted by Kimpembe, who uses his keeper, buys himself some time, and PSG have possession back. That's a poor layoff from Mbappe, who's barely had a kick. Little flick forward from Martial, then flicked on by Fernandes. Rashford didn't gamble. Cleared away by PSG, and Neymar brings it down on the halfway line, stabs it down the left for Mbappe to try and use his pace against Tanzebi into the box. He's lent into Mbappe, who's then gone over. He's got a hint of the ball. What's the referee going to do? Well, he stopped play to give Neymar a yellow card. Presumably Neymar voiced his disagreement with the referee, and he's picked up a booking. And he's just checking with the official. He is quick, isn't he, Mbappe? Tanzebi is kind of leaning into him. The referee's got the ball in his hand. I think he's giving Manchester United a free kick. But with that high line, they've just started to look dangerous. Obviously, Neymar and Di Maria were offsides in previous attacks, but Mbappe trying to win a penalty. Given how soft penalties are these days, I've seen things like that given. But he didn't actually do an awful lot. He kind of leaned in towards Mbappe's side of the ball and then came away with the ball. PSG would argue he's eased Mbappe out of the way. Anyway, play continues. That's poor from McTominay. Florenzi back to Navas, who just clips it forward. That's poor from him. Although Herrera beats Fernandes in the air and also finds Florenzi, then gives it straight to Fred. They've been poor in possession inside their own half, PSG. Here's Fred, beats two, feeds it out to the left flank, and Telles, who just takes that little bit of time to allow Rashford and Martial to get into the box. He plays it infield though. Oh, that's loose from him. He's lucky that Neymar didn't quite get the better of Luke Shaw. Now Fernandes with a cross into the box. Navas gives Kimpembe the call. Kimpembe ducks out of the way. Navas collects and immediately throws it out to Neymar, who goes down under a double challenge from Wan-Bissaka and McTominay. It was a matter of time before McTominay went into the book, and he didn't actually need to make that challenge. You do wonder sometimes, with Wan-Bissaka just getting back goal side as well, why then did McTominay slide in? So McTominay's on a yellow card. Neymar's on a yellow card. Free kick probably too far out to go for goal. Probably. Neymar stood over it. Of course, his last one went into the wall. He's taken it short to Mbappe, but the referee wasn't quite happy that they took it then. So it's going to be a retaken free kick. Obviously, I've seen yellow cards given for quickly taken free kicks like that. Around about 8 minutes to go. Di Maria stood over it, the left-footed option. Neymar the right. As I say, too far out to go for goal. Di Maria stood over it, lofts it towards the far post. That's easy for De Gea. Half-time approaching at the Parc des Princes. And here are Manchester United trying to double their advantage with Martial down the right-hand side. He's down the right, trying to get Kazawa backpedaling. Not sure if that ultimately was a shot or a cross. He chipped it over the bar and it's behind. Half-time approaching at the Parc des Princes. It remains Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. And the goal to an extent has rattled PSG a little bit. Their possession inside their own half is offering Manchester United one or two chances. But when they do get it forward, they are looking dangerous. United keeping a high line and are not quite exposed. A couple of offsides have thwarted two attacks, but Mbappe broke the offside, drove into the box. Tanzebi and he contested for the ball. PSG were adamant that they should have had a penalty. The referee said no foul, and Neymar picked up a booking for his troubles. But they look a little bit rattled, but they are seeing a fraction more of the ball. Still, the keepers haven't really made too many saves of note. Here come Manchester United though with Bruno Fernandes, 25 yards out, went for the curler. It's dipping on Navas, and he's tipped it around the post for a corner kick. A little bit lower than the Di Maria effort at the other end, further out as well, of course. But still needed saving. It's a smart save as well from Keylor Navas. Corner kick in from the right, heads go up, took a deflection and it's gone the wrong side of the post. Lindelof didn't quite get enough, or was it McTominay? They didn't quite get enough. Yeah, it was Lindelof who got the header. I think McTominay also got a touch. And then who did it? It just didn't quite. Oh, it hit the back of Diallo in the end. There wasn't much pace to the header, in fairness, but it probably would have been saved by Navas had it been on target. Another corner, swung in, heads go up, McTominay at the far post. Well, it would have been penalised anyway. The referee pointing for a foul, just eased his man out of the way. Header wasn't on target, over the bar. So set piece let off for PSG. It's a poor pass from Herrera. Although Manchester United can't keep hold of possession either. Here is Neymar. left channel. Back to goal momentarily, turns. He wants to invite a challenge from McTominay. Again, he's taken on McTominay, just stands him up this time. Back to Idrissa Gueye. Now Pereira. Over to the right and Diallo. Only just inside United territory at the moment, although Diallo spots some space to run into. Use it. Florenzi into the path of Herrera, but Lindelof checked that run pretty well. And lets it run through to David De Gea. So Manchester United taking the sting out of it, although PSG win the ball back on the halfway line. Di Maria can't get the better of two markers there, Shaw and Fred, but he has won his side a throw-in. From that throw-in, with 3.5 minutes to go to the break, PSG have gone all the way back into their own half. Kimpembe finds Neymar on the halfway line. A 1-2 with Mbappe. He's got the wrong side of McTominay. There's still plenty of shirts there. He tried a couple of step overs, didn't quite work. McTominay brings it clear. Rashford has turned Diallo. He's only got Martial ahead of him, but he has got space to run into. He's driving into the box. Diallo, he just showed too much to Diallo in the end. He needed to keep it a little bit more central. He allowed that there, and Diallo's made up for being turned so easily. Can't really call that a back pass either. Navas picked the ball up. But first time that Rashford's got in behind. Didn't make best use of it. PSG possession back. Time running out at the end of this first half though. On the left hand side with Idrissa Gueye, renowned for his playmaking ability. I suppose looking at the midfield, it's quite workmanlike for PSG. Solid. The flair comes from the front three, which isn't a bad thing, of course. Neymar drops deep to start things off again. Looks for the run of Mbappe. Mbappe is not that quick. Far too much on the intended through ball. Thumbs up from Mbappe, though. Like the intentions, just finding that gap in between Tanzebi and Lindelof. On the way to the pass, just a fraction too heavy. De Gea clears his lines with the goal kick. This time Rashford does win the flick on, but Martial's right over the other side of the pitch. He does force Kimpembe into a rather loose header. Kimpembe finds Diallo, and that's good play from Diallo. Composed as well. Ball in towards the run of Mbappe. Lindelof heads clear. Overhead clearance from McTominay. Gets it up towards the halfway line, but Pereira's there for PSG, and now Idrissa Gueye has it for the French side. Kazawa onto the left foot, swings it across, headed away by Lindelof. Fred tries to turn a guy, but can't get much on his clearance. Kazawa fizzes it in towards the near post. Oh, and De Gea's capped it clear. He could have picked that up. There's no way Lindelof intended to pass that back to the keeper. He's taking no chances though. Rashford's been caught back of the head with that clearance downfield. Referee has ushered on the physios to give him some treatment. He's just inside the United half. Looks to be an interesting battle developing between Diallo and Marcus Rashford. Into the final minute of the opening 45. There might be a little bit of stoppage time. We had a retaken penalty, of course. And the goal, PSG 0, Manchester United 1. Independent off Tube Stereo commentary. That goal, well, ultimately scored in the 23rd minute. Penalty given in the 21st. So it took a couple of minutes to take the penalty and score the goal. And we had to take it twice. Referee's got the ball in his hand. It looks like it's going to be a drop ball. I don't know who he's talking to. He's talking to anybody but Martial and Kimpembe, the two men who are stood next to him. Manchester, well, the ball is dropped for PSG, admittedly on the halfway line. That's not a great ball for Florenzi, but United just hack it clear. Anywhere will do. Kazawa feeding out to Mbappe. Little back heel back into the path of Kazawa. Low cross early. too far ahead of his teammates, gathered by David De Gea towards the near post. Pretty routine in the end. Rashford got a little bit of treatment, so he had to go off. 2 minutes of stoppage time have been added on. We are into that stoppage time now. Rashford still not allowed back on. I mean, it was an injury. The referee is just telling Michael Carrick to calm down. The United coaching staff. Rashford is back on the pitch now, so United back to a full complement. PSG have a throw in on the halfway line. Di Maria chips it over his own head into the path of Florenzi, and is now running towards the edge of the box, squares it towards Neymar, leaves it for Mbappe, who went for the curler. It's deflected up and over the crossbar. Not sure if Neymar running across Mbappe actually hit him last, but yeah, might well have been the Brazilian. Yeah, off Neymar, up and over the bar, way over the bar. United won't be in a rush to take this goal kick. With 30 seconds of stoppage time left, PSG 0, Manchester United 1. De Gea launches it downfield. Pereira beats Rashford in the air. Fred, though, toes it forward towards Fernandes, almost caught in possession. Lindelof hacks it downfield. Martial tries to just take it in his stride and take it past Kimpembe. Too much on it, through to Navas. He wastes no time hitting it towards Neymar. Chest pass from him towards Fernandes, who was almost running through on goal, but I think the referee, well, he's blown his whistle. He's actually given half-time, I think, for a moment. Yeah, he wanted the ball in his hands, and now he's given half-time. So that is the end of the first half. Fernandes almost cleaned through on goal after a poor pass from Neymar, but chalked out with 2 minutes of stoppage time completed. And at the break, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. Half time at the Parc des Princes. It's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea called into action to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box before brilliantly keeping Kazawa's shot from inside the 6-yard box out from the resulting corner. Martial curled over before he then won a penalty, turned at Diallo, clipped his ankles, and he went down. Fernandes' first spot kick was saved by Keylor Navas, but VAR got involved, gave him the spot kick again. Navas off his line, and Fernandes made no mistake. Off time at the Parc des Princes, it's PSG 0, Manchester United 1. The goal coming in the 23rd minute. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Controversy though, Fernandes' first spot kick was saved, but the officials deemed that Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry. Fernandes kept his composure, went the same way. Navas didn't, in the back of the net. Earlier, De Gea made a brilliant save to firstly deny Di Maria and then Kazawa from the resulting corner. Martial's had an effort curled just over the bar at the other end. Off time at the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from a close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandes' first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandes made no mistake. Fernandes had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG looked a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Off time of the Parc des Princes, it's Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time of the Parc des Princes is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG look a little rattled. 0-1. Half time at the Parc des Princes, Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG looked a little rattled. 0-1. Half time at the Parc des Princes, Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG looked a little rattled. 0-1. Half time at the Parc des Princes, Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG looked a little rattled. 0-1. Half time at the Parc des Princes, Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. Fernandez's first spot kick saved, but VAR deemed Navas was off his line. Second bite of the cherry, Fernandez made no mistake. Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post as well. PSG looked a little rattled. 0-1. Half time at the Parc des Princes, Paris Saint-Germain 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea did well to firstly deny Di Maria from the edge of the box and then Kazawa from close range from the resulting corner. United then went in front from the spot kick. Martial turned Diallo in the box, penalty given. A warm welcome back to our coverage then of the action taking place at the Parc des Princes, where PSG are trailing to Manchester United by 1-0. A little bit of controversy, I suppose. A penalty, a retaken penalty. Navas not that far off his line, probably less than a stride, or no more than a stride, but retaken. The rules is the rules, and PSG never really recovered in that first half. They might on another day have had a penalty of their own, but Fernandez had an effort tipped round the post. Lindelof had a header which took a couple of ricochets from the corner but went wide of the post. And since that, two saves from De Gea before United were in front, they haven't forced the United keeper into too much action, PSG that is. And all very frustrating for the home supporters, you would have thought. Not that there are any in the ground, of course. Manchester United are already out on the field. Neymar is coming out with the referee. Those two having a little chat. A lot of shaking of the head from the referee, incidentally, who is Antonio Mateo Lahoz of Spain. I did actually quite like what he was doing in that first half. A lot of players going to ground, and he wasn't giving them a penalty. That was the same for both sides. Looks as though Moise Kean is coming on, and Idrissa Gueye is the man to make way. So you would think that is Di Maria, who's likely to drop back into a deeper position. I suppose it could be Neymar. Mbappe's hugging the left as we speak. Second half is about to get underway then. PSG 0, Manchester United 1. Fernandez's retaken penalty scored in the 23rd minute, the difference between the two sides, and play back underway. Independent off-tube stereo commentary, and very casual. Rattled, particularly after the goal went in. Even before the goal, some of the passing in their own half just wasn't as slick as it could have been. But obviously they're only one goal behind, and there's a whole half to go. And here they come, crossing the halfway line with Neymar. Down the line for Mbappe, back to Neymar. The two superstars next to each other, although Rashford tracks back and comes to win the ball back, although he shows too much to Kurzawa, and it's just worked back to Navas. PSG can start again with Kurzawa, left hand side, halfway inside his own half, finds Neymar. Fred slipped, he's got away from Fred, not Wan-Bissaka though, who clatters the ball into touch. Neymar makes sure he doesn't get clattered himself. Throw in his PSG's on the halfway line pretty much. Clipped forward by Kurzawa onto the chest of Herrera. Now Mbappe, a little back heel back to Kurzawa. Could have taken it on there, the Frenchman. Now it's with Neymar. Can't beat McTominay with his pass. And now Manchester United have it. Fernandes goes long, and where is Kurzawa? It's Rashford and Martial. Rashford always played it too early. He's pulled Martial wide. Kimpembe, well, there's actually Pereira trying to get back there, but it was 2-on-1. If Rashford had a little bit more conviction, because Diallo was making sure the pass to Martial was cut off. It was brilliant, really, from Fernandes and Rashford initially, but then Rashford seemed to lack the composure, perhaps lack the confidence. Here are PSG, Mbappe onto his right foot, left edge of the box, wriggles one way then the other, goes for a curler, brilliant save from David De Gea, brilliant footwork initially from Mbappe, and with the chance to go 2-0 up, straight down the other end, PSG almost level. They have won themselves a corner. Good save from De Gea, who's done nothing wrong so far. Ball is swung in. Well, it's inadvertently flicked on by Martial. Rashford heads it out of the box. Neymar with a swinger on his left mishits it, but he's able to get the second ball. Now he's into the box, arguably for the first time. Wan-Bissaka blocks the cross. Lindelof clears only as far as Kimpembe, 30 yards from goal. Fernandes is trying to force an error, but PSG sniffing an equaliser at the moment. Out onto the left, the PSG right. Wants it on his left foot, Di Maria. And in the end crumples in a heap. Free kick to PSG. Fair distance from goal in terms of going directly for the target. But obviously an opportunity to load the box and put pressure. United's rearguard, De Gea barking out some instructions. It's the same two stood over the free kick. Di Maria the left footer option, Neymar the right. It's raining in Paris, by the way. Well, it doesn't look fantastic. Cross comes in from Neymar, half-headed clear, left-footed shot from Herrera, sliced it a little bit, and it's high and wide of what would be De Gea's near post. But certainly warning signs. Warning signs at both ends of another goal. As I say, Rashford and Martial had a 2-on-1 opportunity, and Rashford's wasted it. Straight down the other end, Mbappe's brought a good save out of De Gea. It remains 0-1 at the Parc des Princes. Fernandes' penalty, the difference thus far. PSG have possession back. With Diallo, switches play to Kurzawa, who's in a little bit of space. Now Neymar turns on the halfway line, out to Mbappe, down the line for Kurzawa. Fred's just back there to win the ball for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes hits it long and early out towards Martial, left edge of the box. Tried to take it first time inside Diallo, but Diallo stood big and tall and just blocks it behind. It will be a corner to Manchester United. He didn't have too many options there, in fairness to Martial. That early ball from Fernandes left him one-on-one with Diallo. Another corner. They've had a couple of chances from corners at Manchester United. Not quite made at the most of them. This time it's going to be on the United left. Telles with it in towards the near post, doesn't beat that first head. Fernandes tries to get it back in the box, the clearance half block. Lindelof stabs it towards goal. Easy save for Navas. Bowls it out to Di Maria, who's under pressure. rides the challenge of Fernandez and now finds Neymar right channel, coming forward, back to Di Maria. Obviously, Di Maria didn't get the shout because he's been dispossessed. Fernandez on his shoulder. Kimpembe though, Pereira rather, stabs it into touch, trying to get there ahead of Martial. It's a heavy touch. Florenzi had been sucked infield as well. All that's going to do is bounce away into touch. United throw halfway inside their own half, with the game entering the 52nd minute. United still lead. They can't keep hold of the ball though. Here is Kazawa. He's hit a pass, a simple pass to Neymar, dispossessed by Fred, and here are United again. Wan-Bissaka feeds Rashford. Fernandez has gone through the middle. Rashford's ignoring him at the moment. Wan-Bissaka on the overlap. Low ball in near post. Stabbed clear by Kimpembe. And Pereira, Moise Kean should get there. He's been dispossessed by Fred though. Manchester United have it back near the halfway line. McTominay down the right for Fred. To Fernandez, back to Fred. Some rather slow play at the moment. PSG plenty behind the ball. McTominay into the centre circle, finds Lindelof. It's been a while since Manchester United have had any kind of controlled possession. Now it's with Luke Shaw. Pass just behind Martial. Luke Shaw chased down his own pass. Can't quite do it. PSG work the triangles, eventually hit long by Florenzi. Neymar heads it back to the edge of his own box. To Herrera though. And the French side back in possession. Di Maria to Kimpembe. Bringing it towards the halfway line. A lot of space for Mbappe to run into. At the moment, Wan-Bissaka happy he can match him in a foot race. PSG switch it from left to right though. And back to Diallo. Now Pereira out to Di Maria. Florenzi is playing as the right winger at the moment. Di Maria brings it forward. Escapes the attentions of McTominay again. Now it's with Kazawa. Out to Mbappe on the left. Coming in field. It flows to Pereira. Square to Diallo. Herrera to Di Maria. Making steady progress. Now Neymar fakes the shot. Low ball in from Mbappe. Turned away by Lindelof. Throw in to PSG. Left side, just about level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Kazawa takes it quickly. Neymar takes over, lifts it over Fred into the path of Kazawa. Cross comes in. Oh, it's hit the woodwork. I don't think that was the intention. Ball is only half cleared. Here is Herrera out to the left edge of the box, and Mbappe again. A couple of step overs. Wan-Bissaka gets the challenge in, puts it behind for a corner kick. Kazawa just about onside. The cross might have been partially deflected. He wasn't intending to go for goal, surely. Might have just taken a little deflection. Corner comes in, headed in towards goal, and in the back of the net. It might have come off the head of a United player. PSG back on level terms. The warning signs have been there, and judging by the reaction, it is Martial who's headed into his own net. And indeed, replays confirm that. One apiece at the Parc des Princes in a little 2-3 minute spell. It has been coming. Parity restored at the Parc des Princes. The pressure has been building from a PSG viewpoint. Mbappe denied by a brilliant save from De Gea. Herrera and Kazawa had opportunities. Kazawa actually hit the bar with a cross, but United couldn't clear their lines, and after Mbappe drove into the box, denied by Wan-Bissaka with a good challenge from the corner, Neymar swung it in. Martial inadvertently rose highest, head past De Gea into the back of his own net, and it is back on level terms. One apiece at the Parc des Princes. Tanzebe almost gives possession back straight to PSG from the resulting kickoff. Just about gets away with it. Kazawa then a little bit too close for comfort on Rashford. Free kick to Manchester United, only just inside their own half of the match. Tries to square for Neymar, and Luke Shaw got back first. Comedy football from Manchester United in possession inside their own half. Maybe it's that end of the pitch, because PSG were doing similar kind of things in that first half. And Manchester United have caught the disease. One apiece. David De Gea has made 3 pretty good saves as well for Manchester United to have kept United in front, but there's nothing he can do about Martial heading into his own net. Here comes Di Maria bringing it forward, works a 1-2 with Neymar, clips it in towards the path of Mbappe, who's got round Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka with the block. Brilliant from Wan-Bissaka, lovely stuff from PSG. They carved open Manchester United again. They couldn't play the second half as they did the first. They got out of first gear in that first half, but second half it's a different story. Di Maria taking the corner. Oh, he's tried to take it short, and in the end he's caught in possession. United bring it away. Herrera stops Fernandes getting away, but he has conceded a throw-in. 2 Manchester United halfway inside their own half. Telles and Di Maria come together. Referee gives no foul. The crossfield pass from Luke Shaw, only finds Kazawa. Neymar's pass blocked by McTominay. Referee's blown his whistle. I think Kazawa caught just as he released the ball, so it's a free kick to PSG on the halfway line. Here's Di Maria collecting it off Neymar. Again, he can't work it back. Fred with the block this time. Fernandes tries to use the pace of Rashford, who's got round Kimpembe. He's the right edge of the box into. He's just shown too much to Pereira. Good recovery challenge. Good, brilliant recovery challenge. If it was brilliant from Wan-Bissaka at the other end, that's even better from Pereira. Rashford did brilliantly to get around the challenge of Kimpembe, but maybe having to hurdle it and get his balance back, it just allowed Pereira to recover some ground there, just the corner. From the right, swung in towards the far post. McTominay heads down, blocked on the edge of the 6-yard box. Luke Shaw comes and floats it back in. Martial with a header, just over the bar. Couldn't keep that down. Of course, he's put through his own net at the other end with a header. So a response from Manchester United. Second half, real end-to-end stuff. PSG dominating, but there was a 2-on-1 opportunity for Manchester United which they wasted. Rashford blocked in the box. Martial headed just over. De Gea's made a couple of saves to keep out Mbappe twice. As here comes Moise Kean into the box. Challenge comes in from Wan-Bissaka. Well, no penalty given. It was from the side stroke behind, but the referee thought there was a bit of ball involved. VAR might come back to it. Ball over the top. Rashford goes for goal on the volley. Oh, he couldn't keep that down. End-to-end stuff. Goal kick to PSG. Mathieu Lahoz is just having a word. Well, he got a bit of the ball. He certainly got a bit of the man. The contact with the ball was outside the box. He's definitely made contact with the ball, definitely. But then a little bit momentum has taken him into the man inside the box. I don't want to say I've seen them given, but I've seen them given. The touch on the ball, though, was outside the box. Lindelof and Shaw under a bit of pressure because Keane has cut off the back pass. Shaw keeps it in, stabs it down the line for Telles. Back to Fernandes, up to the feet of Martial, who's trying to use the ball inside. Diallo held him up well, but now following up is Fernandes. He's set Telles away. Left-footed cross is over the head of Rashford, only as far to the right edge, and Wan-Bissaka. He's trying to go around Kurzawa. Good, strong defending from Kurzawa, and he shepherds it behind ultimately. Gets a bit of a whack as Wan-Bissaka tried to go around him and keep the ball in play. But he was strong to hold him off there, Kurzawa, and in the end it's just a goal kick. No ill intent from Wan-Bissaka, none taken from Kurzawa. It's pretty even on the shot front. 9 to PSG, 8 to Manchester United, 3 each on target. As Navas feeds it out to Kimpembe. Neymar very deep, trying to get away from Fred. Almost a man marking job, Brazilian on Brazilian there. Here's Mbappe popped up on the right flank at the moment. Now Herrera to Florenzi outside him. Borrowing Martial behind the ball. They're just getting back behind the ball now. Martial and Rashford. Kurzawa time to pick out a cross. It's too deep for Keane. Telles. Well, it's an up and under clearance. He sliced it. It's only to the edge of the box. McTominay actually heads it back into the area. There's a PSG player down. PSG have possession through Neymar. Just gets a tap on the ankles from Fernandes. That'll be a free kick. Herrera's still down on the ground. It's a free kick one way or the other. It takes something away from the extent of the injury when the player spins around looking for the referee and calls out to him and then goes down. That's what Herrera did. It's an aerial challenge. Maybe he did get a little knee in the backside. There was certainly foul on the other side of the pitch. Neymar caught by Fernandes. So the free kick now that Herrera's back on his feet will go ahead. Swung in left-footed, too close to De Gea. That's a comfortable claim. Who bowls it out towards Martial, who perhaps wasn't expecting it. Beaten to it by Di Maria. PSG have it back, albeit near the halfway line. Di Maria goes up and through the middle. It's headed up in the air by Lindelof. That was almost inch perfect again. Fred held off by Keane. It's with Neymar. Shot took a deflection, goes well wide in the end. That's going to be a PSG corner. Both centre forwards are finding spaces in dangerous areas at the moment. He was just challenged as he made contact with the ball there, Neymar, so didn't get the contact he wanted. Took a deflection. He's got a corner though, and of course they equalised from a corner. With almost 64 minutes played, Neymar with the delivery in towards the middle of the 6-yard box. Tanzebi heads away. Should be kept alive by Florenzi. Didn't need to, but wanted to. Back in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's come out toward Di Maria, and he's got underneath that, and it's way over the bar. Game is hotting up at the Parc des Princes. Certainly chances at both ends. The warning signs were coming as far as PSG were concerned. They had a number of opportunities before they did score. Mbappe was then put through before a brilliant block from Wan-Bissaka denied him. But the same was said at the other end. Danilo Pereira getting in. Rashford had got in behind Kimpembe, but Danilo came across and blocked it behind for a corner. And then from a short cross, Martial climbed highest yet again. This time at the right end of the pitch. He couldn't keep his header down, but certainly it's pretty end-to-end, and it's not going to stay 1-1. Here come PSG again, down their left-hand side, held up by Mbappe, waiting for support. Comes from Kurzawa, now Neymar to Di Maria. Seems more influential for PSG than he did for Manchester United in that ill-fated spell. Here is Neymar, little back heel to Di Maria, edge of the box, out to Kurzawa, low ball in, blocked by Lindelof, and there's 5 in the box. Are they out of position because Fred is bringing it clear. Didn't need to hurry it as well. Actually bides his time, waiting for the space to open up for Fernandes, who goes early towards Rashford. Might have just taken a deflection there. It's too close to Navas in the end, and it's a comfortable claim for the PSG keeper. well, as I say, both sets of forwards are getting in behind quite easily, albeit at the moment in wide positions. PSG back in possession with Di Maria. Out to the left and Kazawa. Cross comes Wan-Bissaka, gets the challenge in. I think it's come off Kazawa last. He's walking away. He has been up for a corner. He's not afraid to commit to those challenges, Wan-Bissaka. Definitely need to get a piece of the ball, and he did do. Paul Pogba is coming on for Manchester United. First change for them. He's replacing Alex Telles. Don't think he's going to play left side, but you never know. Just about at the three-quarter point of the game. It's Paris Saint-Germain 1, Manchester United 1. De Gea with a goal kick. Up towards Rashford, who will try. He bounced up awkwardly in front of him. His chest control goes up in the air. Kazawa jumps over him to head the ball into touch. Throw in is Manchester United. Gone back into their own half. As Lindelof beats two before releasing Shaw. Down the line for Martial, back to Shaw, into the path of Pogba. Not a great first touch, but he's able to recover. Now to Fernandes, 25 yards out, turns, goes for goal. Can't keep it down. Obviously the rain won't be helping any of the players necessarily with their close control. Apologies from the United skipper. He did have options, of course, but nobody closed him down. He does like his shot. Good conditions to work the keeper. Raining, slippy, etc. Hit the target though first and foremost. Obviously he went for power. Here is Florenzi bringing it forward. Early pass straight to Lindelof, who returns the favour to Rashford. Good control this time. Finds Martial, has got Fernandes to his outside. Nobody in the box at the moment. Martial, Fernandes now to Pogba. Central position. Thought about a shot. Instead works it out to Wan-Bissaka right hand side. Now to Fred. All left foot of course. Can't quite get the better of Di Maria. And now players are out of position for Manchester United. Tanzebi's followed Mbappe. Slows up momentum. And then Kazawa fizzes a pass into Neymar, which he can't control. And it's a United throw just inside enemy territory. Right hand side, as far as United are concerned. Pogba does well on that pass from Fred. That's a good ball from Shaw finding Fernandes. Now to Martial, to Rashford, who turns, thinks about a shot, does take a shot. Oh, tipped behind by Navas, just got enough on that. And it will be a corner. Skidded off the turf just in front of him. It is heading in. Good save, Navas. Rashford doing what Fernandes didn't moments before. Hit the target, worked the keeper. Forced the corner. This one is floated towards the far post. Heads go up, but so do the hands of Navas, who beats McTominay in the air and clears. Fred forces an errant pass from Neymar. Essentially it's a clearance up to the halfway line where Wan-Bissaka has it for Manchester United. Now McTominay to Luke Shaw. Fernandes appears to be playing left side as much as anyone. Collects now. Now comes infield, tries to slip it in behind Diallo, who's done well to just shield the ball from Martial before clearing, but then Di Maria's caught in possession. Fernandes into the box, low left-footed cross in, blocked by Diallo again. Herrera clips it out towards Moise Kean, but that's well won back by Luke Shaw. Now to Pogba, just outside the D, couple of shimmies, tried to drag it through a nutmeg there, doesn't quite work, stab forward. Fernandes, if he keeps in, might be offside, indeed he is, and that'll be a free kick to PSG just inside their own box on the right edge as they defend. But Navas doing his job. Sporting really blonde hair today, Keylor Navas. Maybe bored in lockdown. Another pass given away by Kurzawa. Hit early by McTominay, but too far ahead of Fernandez. And that is gone through to Navas. Here come PSG down at their right. Keane gets to the ball ahead of Lindelof. Can't quite get the better of the Swede though. And United have it back. McTominay, Pogba forward to the halfway line. Who's trying to hold off Diallo. Now fizzes it out to the right hand side. And Wan-Bissaka in a little bit of space. Kurzawa on the back pedal. Now it's Fernandez. Clips it towards the far post. Towards Rashford, who saw the keeper come in. Doesn't contest Navas for the ball. Turns out to be a comfortable claim for Keylor Navas, who ushers away his teammates and decides to go long. Just about 72 minutes completed at the Parc des Princes independent off-tube studio commentary. 1-1 it is, with time running out. Tanzebi's penalised for just giving Mbappe a little bit of a push. He's got a yellow card, that seems harsh. There's not very much contact. Mbappe made the most of it. Here is Mbappe with the ball at his feet. Can he make the most of that? 1-2 with Kurzawa going away from goal. Now Herrera, infield to Herrera. Diallo back to Herrera near the centre circle. Out to the left and Kurzawa to the feet of Neymar with Fred in close attendance, not for the first time. Out to the left flank. Mbappe tries to get back into Neymar, blocked by Fred. Only back to Mbappe, who turns and crosses in. Tanzebi heads clear, collected by Martial, who's very deep in his own area at the moment. Over to the left and Luke Shaw. Pogba wants it ahead of him. Luke Shaw is ignoring him from the time being. Bringing it clear. Caught by Keane though. Eventually got the free kick there. Could have released Pogba a little bit earlier. Luke Shaw does have the free kick though. Again, too far away from goal to go directly. Oh, and they've tried to work it short and they've given it away. Hit forward towards Mbappe. Tanzebi does just about enough to shield Mbappe off. Mbappe wants a free kick for everything. Well, that would have been a penalty, of course, but Mbappe never quite had the ball. I don't know if that's a rule. Pogba looks for the pass in behind, blocked by Herrera, and PSG have it back. Obviously, these penalty incidents you would think were being looked at by VAR while play continues, and so play is still continuing. Here is Neymar, this time half wrong foots Fred. Now tries to set Kurzawa away, who gets the better of Wan-Bissaka. Fred back there mopping up though at the expense of a corner. Into the final 16 minutes at the Parc des Princes, and it's still one apiece. I mean, I don't know how Mbappe seriously thinks that's a penalty. It's incredible, really. Neymar fizzes this one to the edge of the box, straight onto the head of Rashford, who at least gets it out of the danger area. Only to Florenzi, who returns it. Free header! Near post, Moise Keane. He's a good 12, 13, 14 yards out. Couldn't keep it down. That was poor marking. Really. Good ball in from Florenzi. Luke Shaw's gone down. United have put the ball out. And I don't think this was from a physical challenge, so you wonder if he's tweaked something. Getting a little bit of treatment, play stopped for the moment. Time obviously a factor now. It remains Paris Saint-Germain 1, Manchester United 1. PSG certainly having the best of the possession. but clear-cut chances remain few and far between. Keane's had a good effort, good chance anyway, from a headed cross from Florenzi. Couldn't keep it down about 12 yards out. Mbappe's gone down in the penalty box rather easily, told to get up by the referee. That's happened a couple of times. Things not quite going his way. United are still posing a threat on the counter. Marcus Rashford has brought a good save out of Keylor Navas. A dipping, bouncing ball 25 yards out, skipped off the turf but tipped round the post. Remains 1-1. Throw into PSG with play back underway, deep inside their own half. Martial tries to force Navas to hurry up, which he does, but finds a teammate, although Florenzi clearing it to the halfway line has picked out McTominay. And so Manchester United have it back again. Here comes Martial, edge of the box. Pogba back out to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw to Martial. Onto his right foot. He's still along the edge of the 18-yard box. Tries to work a 1-2. Stabbed towards goal in the end. I think inadvertently by a PSG defender. And Navas makes a rather comfortable save. If that had any more pace behind it. I mean, Martial is getting closed out by 2 or 3 defenders there. Threw out a leg. I think the final touch actually came off Diallo. But very comfortable save. Certainly no, it wasn't a penalty, that's for sure. Martial is just trying to throw a leg at the ball between defenders' legs. If anything, these foul defenders on the halfway line. He sets Rashford away. We know he's got the pace to get the better of Kimpembe. He's got no options to pick out. He goes inside Kimpembe, squares to Fernandes, who goes for the right footer. He's killed it well wide of the post in the end. Good play from Rashford. Fernandes just outside the D. Is probably stuck between feet there. If his left was his stronger, he would have probably let it run. But taking it on his right is a little bit cramped for room. Rafinha has come on for Herrera. For PSG. Dagba's come on for Florenzi as well. So 3 changes made by PSG. Only 1 so far from Manchester United, that of Paul Pogba. That last chance that Manchester United had, ultimately Martial cramped for room, couldn't get a shot off. If Pogba had just taken the time and space rather than the back heel to try and set Martial away, he's probably got a decent effort there because the defenders were backing off tracking the run of Martial. Anyway, that chance has gone. 11 minutes left plus injury time. Still 1 apiece at the Parc des Princes. Kurzawa beaten to the ball by Wan-Bissaka, who ultimately finds Rashford as well. It's 3-on-3. Rashford slips it inside to Fernandes, keeper to beat. Went to square it, only as far as went to square to Martial. It was blocked into the path of Rashford, and his effort blocked as well. As Pogba is too strong for his man. Now it's to Martial, just to the left of the D, but Dagba's come on his blind side and dispossessed him. He didn't get the shout. But Rashford, he was could have squared it. He did try and square it, but it was blocked. And then Rashford's follow-up blocked also. It just hit the heel of Diallo. So I guess inches away. Here is Neymar bringing it forward. McTominay gets a challenge in, although there was a kind of a shirt pull as well. So even though he was dispossessed, not after he was fouled. Sorry, not before he was fouled. Free kick to PSG, halfway inside the United half, into the final 10 minutes plus stoppage time. And Mbappe's fed the ball, driving into the box, tries to go round Wan-Bissaka. Tanzebe though sniffing out the danger, clears into touch, throw in to PSG near the corner flag left hand side. Taken, cross comes in, balloons up in the air. Who did it come off? It's come off a United player. Mbappe went towards that as though it came off a PSG player. So corner to PSG, their left, swung in by Neymar into the danger area, headed away by McTominay, only to Di Maria. Allowed to turn, finds Rafinha, now Neymar, again allowed to turn, cross though headed clear by McTominay. Danilo finds Rafinha, Kazawa out to Neymar, down the left channel, bit of space for Di Maria, pulls it back towards the penalty spot, Pogba heads away, Pereira heads forward, Rafinha is allowed to turn, chips it into the box. Well, if he saw Angel Di Maria, he didn't realise that Di Maria was well offside. If he'd underhit the pass, then there were bodies trying to break in behind, but it was closest to Di Maria, and of course he couldn't go for the ball. Behind for a goal kick with time running out. And David De Gea is taking his time. Barcelona 4-1 up at home to Ferencvaros. They have had a man sent off. Chelsea, the only goalless game today with Sevilla. Lazio 3-1 over Dortmund. Leipzig still 2-0 up at home to Basak Sahir, and it's Rennes 1, Krasnodar 1. 1-1 here as well. Neymar bringing it forward. Edge of the day, drilled effort, parried away by David De Gea. That was hit hard because it's parried all the way outside the box. And a tackle from Rafinha has won the ball back and won it well kindly as Di Maria dinks it in towards Moise Kean, headed clear, and Fred then rides the challenge of Rafinha, went sliding in, and Fred's evaded him, and now the break is on the other way. Martial into the box, onto his right foot, Diallo just stuck out a leg, he was falling over, but he got enough of the ball. Rafinha has it for the home side, rides the challenge of Pogba and feeds it out to Moise Kean. Bit of a flop at Everton, of course, and he's taken on Lindelof, gets down the right hand side, checks back, there's three in the box to pick out, he goes low, doesn't beat Luke Shaw, the clearance only finds Dagba, and now Keane turns in the box again, right edge, can't get past Lindelof, but he has one inside a corner. There's very little midfield play going on at the moment. Both sides getting it to forwards pretty quickly. And then it's up to defenders and keepers. Deep across this time, and Kimpembe arriving late. He's actually headed behind his own teammate, and now the break is on. Fred again has ridden a challenge or two. He's tugged back on the halfway line by Pereira. That'll be a yellow card. Fred is... he's asking the question. The referee stood over him because he's on the floor. There's no doubt about it. Two arms around the shoulder, tugged him back. It's an obvious yellow. Pereira goes into the book. That was from a corner, of course. A PSG corner. Of course, what it has done is allowed PSG to get bodies back behind the ball. And Manchester United have possession, albeit laboured. Certainly no threat at the moment. Come back to Tanzebe inside the United half. Bit of space on the right though for Wan-Bissaka. He's coming infield, ushered that way by Kazawa. Fernandes finds Pogba out to the left edge of the box, and Shaw in fact falls just a little wide. Back to Martial, to Pogba, out to Shaw. Shaw shaped across, but then retains possession, coming away from goal. Pogba works a 1-2 with McTominay, pulls the trigger, it's charged down as he struck, that'll spin away, out of play for another corner kick to Manchester United, down their right hand side this time. As it's a double change for PSG. Sarabia is coming on for Di Maria. He's had a decent game, Di Maria. I suppose his influence has just waned the longer it's gone on. He's had a decent game against his former club, and it looks as though Baka is coming on to replace Kazawa. Still only the one change made by Manchester United. Corner comes in. Bit of a melee ensues. Martial tries to just scoop it towards goal on the turn, but it's just towed away from him and cleared downfield, where Tanzabi back there all alone inside his own half, other than De Gea, of course. He uses the Spaniard. Allows Manchester United to get bodies back. In fact, De Gea is biding his time before he clips it out to Luke Shaw. Good pass from him. Luke Shaw coming in field, finds McTominay to Fernandez, who's found that little pocket between midfield and defence, to Rashford. Wan-Bissaka bombs ahead of him. Back in field to Fernandez though. Now Fred to the feet of Pogba, trying to hold off Dagba, still has it. Rashford turning to the right of the D, into the box, low! Oh, he's fired it inside the far post. That's a brilliant strike from Marcus Rashford. Patient approach play on that occasion for Manchester United, and it's drilled inside the far post by Marcus Rashford. United have the lead late on at the Parc des Princes, and more frustrations for PSG. Manchester United have hit the front once again with time running out at the Parc des Princes. Patient approach played this time, just stretching it from right to left. Eventually Pogba about 25 yards out, shimmying to shoot, then just slid it across to Rashford. He looked up at his options. That little burst of speed just got him enough space past Kimpembe before he drilled an effort that fizzed in off the upright, giving Navas no chance at all into the back. Manchester United 2, time running out. Brilliant strike from Marcus Rashford. Navas hasn't really put a foot wrong in the PSG goal. Martial, I think that was Martial and Fernandez who've left the action. Van der Beek. I didn't quite see who else came on for Manchester United. Fresh legs with time running out. We're into the final 2 minutes plus stoppage time, of course. Here is Dagba bringing it forward for the home side. Down the flank for Sarabia. Pulls it back to the D. Baka steps over. Neymar goes for the curler, and that's not too far away. It's over the bar. Daniel James it was who came on for Martial. Van der Beek for Fernandez. But we're into the final minute plus whatever stoppage time the referee wants to add on. Rashford tries to chase his own flick on, cleared by Diallo. Only to the halfway line. Pogba shows, he initially showed composure to hold it up, but then Fred wins the ball back. He's then caught by Moise Kean. That'll be a yellow card. Keane's just a fraction too late there. The ball was getting away from Fred. But Fred's actually had a good game. He's been mopping up. Don't forget, McTominay was fairly close to Neymar early doors, picked up a yellow card, and Fred's just been sticking to his compatriot like glue. And then after Pogba lost possession there as well, Fred wins it back. And by the time Manchester United take this this free kick on the halfway line, 90 minutes will have been completed. It's clipped by Lindelof out towards Rashford. 90 minutes is over. We're into stoppage time. 3 minutes to be added on. There's two balls on the pitch at the moment, although because there are no ball boys, the referee is quite happy to let play continue. That's a very poor crossfield pass from Diallo, skidded away from Bakker into touch. Manchester United have a throw in about 20 yards from the corner flag right hand side. They won't be in a rush, of course, and an opportunity to take some time off the clock, maybe even to sneak a third goal and repeat their result of 2 years ago. 3-1 win at the Parc des Princes. Pogba has it near the corner flag. He's getting pushed and harried and harassed by Bakker, who gets a challenge in at the expense of a throw-in. 60 seconds of stoppage time just about completed. It's independent off-tube studio commentary. Nobody perhaps saw this result coming. Paris Saint-Germain stringing 5 wins together after a poor start. Manchester United have had a poor start. Is this them coming out of it? Pogba holds it up, waits for the challenge to come in. This time, rather than a throw-in, he's got a corner, and they won't be in a rush to take it. Yes, Manchester United did beat Newcastle at the weekend, but they were played off the park by Palace, Brighton, and of course Spurs. They might have beaten Brighton, but Brighton, of course, hit the woodwork 5 times. Pogba collects a short corner. A shimmy one way, then the other. He still has it. Tries to drag it past Pereira, but he's actually run it into touch behind for a goal kick as well. And PSG, well, they've got about 80 seconds left to try and get an equaliser. It's at the feet of Pereira, bringing out of his own pucks to Rafinha, Kimpembe. They haven't gone anywhere yet, PSG. Out to the right-hand side. Dagba has it for the French side, but his first thought is to check back and go to Diallo inside the PSG half, or into the final 60 seconds of stoppage time. Kimpembe wants an option. It's not coming for him. Neymar has it on the halfway line, stood up by Daniel James. He's not going to beat James for pace, but he's got Bakker, who swings in a left-footed cross, volleyed clear by Tanzebe. Van Bissaka just clears into the PSG half. Rashford will make sure Kimpembe has to take action, and he goes back to Keylor Navas. 25 seconds left. Navas goes long. Not much else that he can do. Tanzebe beats Mbappe in the air, but Mbappe was offside, and that's probably job done as far as Manchester United are concerned. There are still 10 seconds on the clock, but Mbappe's offside. And Paris Saint-Germain are going to get beaten at home again. Manchester United are actually unbeaten in 17 away, winning 14 of them. Their 2 wins this season in the Premier League have been away, and there is the full-time whistle. Manchester United have won away again. Marcus Rashford with a great goal in the second half after they've been pegged back courtesy of an Anthony Martial own goal, but with 3 minutes left, Rashford found the decisive finish to beat Navas and claim what could be a very